If you know me, first, I'm sorry, but secondly, I like to have a lot of fun. So we're just going to kind of keep the fun rolling tonight. So here's what I need. I need you to think and go, one, do you like Pepsi? So that's already going to eliminate some of you because some are like, I am Coke all the way. But if you like Pepsi, you're winning right now, okay? The second thing is, if you have any allergies, I'm going to ask that you refrain from coming up on this stage with me. The third thing, okay, so there's a lot of rules here. The third thing is, if you think you are courageous enough to come up and play the little game that I have prepared, who would be interested in joining me for that? Oh my gosh, people are like, see, the student section, I know they're crazy. All right, here we go. All right, let's go ahead and Nike hat. I think that's Nathan. Is that Nathan? Come on up. All right, everybody give Nathan a round of applause for playing my little game. Now, here's the deal. I've been watching a lot of America's Got Talent, and I figured I'd give my hand at a little trickery. Just kidding. There is no trickery here. Basically, we're playing Russian roulette with Pepsi. Okay, so in one of these is actual Pepsi.
Oh, no.
Told you I like to have fun. In the other one is a mixture of coffee, Pepsi, hold on, I'm not done, water, chocolate syrup, and strawberry syrup, okay? So that's the only thing. Now, here's what I will tell you. I have a witness that did see me actually partake. I did drink that, so like, you ain't alone, bro, okay? But first, I told everybody your name, but can you give them your name again, just in case anything happens after this?
Nathan.
All right. Are you ready to play the game?
I think so.
You're ready to play the game. All right, yeah, give him a round of applause because he is going to need it. So, which can do you feel has the actual Pepsi in it, and which can do you feel does not have the actual Pepsi in it?
I'm going with this one has Pepsi.
That one has Pepsi?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and take that one and pick it up. You're actually going to drink it, but here's what the best part is I know which one it is. So you are going to drink that, but I'm going to caution you to drink slowly. Okay, because, and step over in front of the tarp, because I don't know the reaction that's going to happen, but something might actually happen. So drink slowly, okay. And if you need to spit it out, good luck. Ready?
Yep.
Go ahead. Take a little swig. Oh, he's going for it. Yeah, all right. So now, here's... How was that?
Not very good.
Not very good. I'm going to tell you for a fact, it was not very good. So for being a trooper one, I am going to actually give you a can of Pepsi. So that one is legit Pepsi. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a $10 gift card to Logan's Irish Pub for playing along. So can you give him a round of applause? You're welcome to head back to your seat. Thank you. I'm going to set that there so I don't accidentally drink it. In a few moments, we're going to take communion. And so if you have not received a communion cup, I'm just going to kind of keep on rolling. But if you have not yet received one of these, go ahead, put your hand in the air. I'm going to have some team members. They're going to come around. They're going to give you a communion cup if you did not receive one on the way in. Now, here's the deal. There was actually a point to this whole game, because when I was in high school, I had a friend of mine. We'll call him Steve because that was his actual name. And on a Sunday, I went over to his house, and we were going to watch some football. And his brother-in-law was over there. And so we get ready, we get our pops, and one of the staples in his parents' household was Pepsi and Dr. Pepper. And so anytime I went over, we had Pepsi and Dr. Pepper, and he had his Pepsi. He sits down on the couch, he's drinking from it, he sets it down. His brother-in-law sits down and sits his can next to it as well. Next thing I know, Steve reaches over and he grabs the can and he picks it up and he starts drinking. It wasn't Pepsi. So here's the deal. As he puts it in his mouth, I just see his face go white. Because what may or may not have been in that other can, but definitely was his brother-in-law's spit from the chewed tobacco. Some of you have been here. So I see stuff just go flying out of his mouth. And I start gagging because my gag reflex isn't a good one. So I start gagging. He's gagging. I don't know how he didn't throw up. I kind of like want to gag talking about it. So front row, be careful. There is a tarp here, but if anything happens. But here's the reality of it, okay? Both of the cans, even when Nathan was up here, he examined them closely. Yet both of them, on the outside, they looked the same. They look good. They look shiny. But what is actually inside, only one of them had contents on the inside that was actually good. So tonight, for me, I'm gonna get a little vulnerable with you, okay? Because as we're going through tonight, one of the things that I realized was as the can was sitting there and on the outside it looks good. I mean, it looks shiny. It looks like a can of Pepsi, but internally, with it not being there, there are times in our lives that we are constantly on the outside. We're trying to make ourselves look really good, but inside, there is destruction that is happening. And one of the things I think that is the best analogy that I can use for this is when we have social media, right? We show everybody our highlight reel. That's what we do. We show them the best pictures that we can possibly show them because we don't want them to think that there's anything bad happening in our life. So I had a little fun with this. My wife, my kids, we went to a pumpkin farm. So can you throw the first picture up on the screen for me? I know it's a little blurry, so you may have a hard time making it out. But those are my two boys. They are smiling. My wife is there smiling. That is about 99% of the time of what we would actually post on social media, right? So that people see the good of what happened. But what people don't usually see are the 17 other photos that are taken that take to get to the one. So can we go to the next one? I did post this one too, because I wanted people to see that it's not all like roses and butterflies, and there are actually challenges. And so this was a picture before that final picture. Can you go to the next one? Yep. So my son here, basically we're trying to talk him down from sitting up there because he didn't want to move. And can you finally go to the last one? There we go. So this was another picture. That was another picture taken, okay? I'm just going to tell you right now, my wife, she was like, if you can see her face, she's not happy. She's not thrilled. I'm sitting there like a champ. I'm ready to take the picture. I don't know what's going on, but nobody else is ready. So, all right, you can take those down. So I have a question for you. What is the one thing maybe right now in your life that you are trying to polish on the outside, that inside is a complete mess? And for me, here's what that looks like. It would be worry. What do they think? What are they saying? Worry is the thing that keeps me from sleeping at night. Worry is the thing that at 3 a.m. it wakes me up in the morning and doesn't allow me to go back to sleep. So what is it in your life that on the outside you are trying to polish and you're trying to make look good, but inside, man, nobody else really sees what is going on? Jesus actually speaks to this. So in Matthew chapter 23, verse 26, he says, "You blind Pharisee, first wash the inside of the cup and the dish, and then the outside will become clean too." See, for some of us, we've been working so hard to make the outside look clean that the inside is completely dirty. And you know what the problem is when you're dirty on the inside? The problem is that the people closest to you, in the closest proximity, just like my friend is, he picked it up, they start taking in your junk as well. And just like my friend was sitting there, his brother-in-law didn't mean for him to take it, but he did, because that's what was there. That's what was around. And so as that is in proximity, that's where it goes. But this is what I love about the gospel. See, dirty and all, Jesus came and he died. He died for you and he died for me. And there was a night. So we're going to fast forward 3 chapters. So we're in Matthew chapter 26. This is right where Judas is getting ready to betray Jesus. He's getting ready and he meets. He meets with the chief priests. And I don't know what's going on in Judas's mind. I think he may have missed the meeting where Jesus had said, hey, wash the inside of your cup and the dish, and the outside will become clean too. I think he may have missed that meeting because on the inside, something was happening where he was a little dirty. I don't know if it was pride. I don't know if it was arrogance. I don't know if it was anger. I don't know if it was greed. But what we do know is that he settled for turning Jesus over for 30 pieces of silver. And it's after this that Jesus gathers the disciples around. See, none of the other disciples knew this was happening. Only Judas knew on the inside what was happening. And Jesus sits down with the disciples as they're getting ready to have supper together. And he has an amazing opening conversation question starter. And he says, one of you will betray me. That's one heck of a way to open up a dinner. And so the disciples start going around, is it I, is it I, is it I, is it I? And it gets to Judas. And you know what happens? Judas asks the same question that the other disciples asked. Lord, is it I? And Jesus looks back and he said, you have said it. So Jesus knew what was going to happen. He even knew who was going to betray him. He knew Judas was in the room getting ready to betray him. And you know what he does? He keeps on moving. Because the next thing that happens is they get ready to share a meal together. I want you to think about that for a second, because some of us have a hard time sitting together and sharing a meal with our families, and they're not even plotting to kill us. And so I love that, because here's what Jesus does. As we are struggling to keep the outside of us looking as clean as we possibly can, you know what he does? He comes. And Jesus came to set us free from that. He came to restore. And as I think about that, I love how he did that, because he didn't just die so that you and I could be in his family. He rose again because death would have done nothing. So when everything on the inside is dirty, when we've polished so much, we can't make it look any more clean than this right here. When everything on the inside is dirty, when it feels like the world is crashing down around us, nobody else knows it, but we're getting eaten alive on the inside. What we need to do is we just need to stop and we need to say, Jesus, today, tonight, I give it all to you. Tonight, Jesus, I give it all to you. Would you repeat that with me? Jesus, tonight, I give it all to you. I don't know what you're holding on to. But for some of you, you need to repeat that over and over and over again tonight. For some of you, myself included, because when I was putting this together, guys, I put this together more for me to hear, because it's what I needed. And for some of us, every morning when we wake up, we need to get on our knees and we just need to say, Jesus, today, I give you, and call out whatever it is. Jesus, today, I give you my worry. Jesus, today, I give you my anxiety. Jesus, today, I give you my depression. Jesus, today, I give you my lust. Jesus, today, I give you my greed. Whatever it is, we just need to release that to Jesus. And that's why he came for us, right? I mean, that's why he took the splinters in his back. That's why he took the lashes for us. That's why he took the crown of thorns on his head, was so that we could be set free from that. And that's what I love about being able to take communion together, because as he's sitting around the table, that's what he reminded the disciples of why he was there. And so you can go ahead and pull your communion cups out. You can get these ready like now, because they take like 10 minutes to open if you haven't started. And they are delicious. So I'm going to read a quick passage in Matthew 26, verse 26 and 27. It says, as they were eating, Jesus took some of the bread and he blessed it. Then he broke it into pieces and gave it to the disciples, saying, take this and eat, for it is my body. So tonight, as we get ready to take this, we take this in remembrance of how Jesus broke his body for you and for me. So would you take this with me? And he took a cup of wine and gave thanks to God for it. He gave it to them and said, "Each of you drink from it, for this is my blood, which confirms the covenant between God and his people. It is poured out as a sacrifice to forgive the sins of many." So as we take this, let's take this in remembrance of what Jesus did on the cross as he shed his blood for us. Would you take this with me? I just want to say a quick prayer, and then we're going to have some more songs for you. But God, I don't know what each individual in this room has walked in here with, but I know there is something that on the outside we are trying to make look as clean as we possibly can, but on the inside we are being destroyed. So God, I thank you. I thank you for the freedom that you came and you died on the cross so that we could be free. The freedom that you give to us for breaking your body and shedding your blood. And so today, we make a declaration, and we give to you whatever it is that we are holding on to. And it's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.